Okay, so I'll be explaining and demonstrating the SetGID or the sgid bit in Linux. So basically the SetGID bit, when it's applied to directories, it makes sure that any file that's created inside that directory automatically inherits the group ownership of the directory rather than getting the group ownership of the person who created the file. So let's think of sort of like an analogy. Let's say that we have a library. So in a library, we know there are sections that have dedicated genres. So we can kind of think that when we put a book in a certain section, it automatically has that genre or is that genre in the book analogy. But with SetGID, in the case, it would automatically have that genre. And that's kind of like the analogy here. So for this demonstration, I have a directory called setgid demo, and there's currently nothing in this directory. So let's start off by making a directory called mystery. So now inside of setgid demo, we have a directory named mystery, and in the analogy, the library analogy that I use, let's think of this as the mystery shelf. So now let's create a group called mystery and then assign it to our mystery directory here. Oh, I forgot to do sudo. In the first half, I just forgot to add sudo in the beginning to run it as the root user. So now I've created a group called mystery with sudo group add and the group name. So now we have a group named mystery. Now before I assign this group to our mystery directory, let's just look at it real quick. The person who created this directory is seed, and and the group that seed belongs to is seed. So the group ownership of mystery is seed. So now I'm going to use chown to change the group owner of the mystery directory that we just created. So now if we look at the directory again, you can see that the owner has now changed to mystery and is no longer seed. For group, not the user. This is user, this is the group. The group owner is now mystery. Now with that out the way, let's clear this terminal. GID bit still hasn't been set on our mystery directory. So without setting one, so just how it is, let's create a file inside this directory. And let's name this file secrets. And now let's take a deeper look into the secrets that we just created, the secrets file that we just created. As you can notice, the group owner for the file that we just created, secrets, is seed. But that's not what we want. We just put this secrets book on our mystery shelf. We want it to be associated with the mystery group, not the seed, not the group of the user that created it. So with that in mind, now let's set a setGID bit on the mystery directory, or the mystery section shelf in our analogy. So now let's add the setGID bit to the mystery directory by using chmod. And now let's take a deeper look into our directory. So notice how there's an S in our group's permissions now. The S indicates the sgid bit is set. So now with the setgid bit set, let's add another file into our mystery directory. And let's call it clues. So notice now in our mystery directory, we now have clues, secrets, and we ignored the test. That's something that I was doing just to test something out real quick. So we'll just ignore that. So in fact, let me just remove it. So now if we look inside our mystery directory, we only have clues and secrets. So let's take a deeper look at both of these files. the secrets file was created before we set the SetGID bit, so the group ownership is automatically set to that of the user who created it group. And remember, this file was created before we set up the SetGID bit. So now let's look at the clues file. Notice how its group's ownership is set to mystery. It's set to be the same as the directory that it was made in, mystery. So because our directory mystery has the group ownership of mystery, clues also now has that same group ownership. And remember, clues was created after we set up the SetGID bit. So just to even further prove it, let's create one more file inside of here. Notice how we're now inside of the mystery directory. And we'll call this file hidden door, because remember, it represents like a mystery book. And if we take a further look at hidden door, the file we just created, it also automatically has the group ownership of mystery, and that's because it's created inside the mystery directory, which has a SetGID bit enabled. So in summary, the SetGID bit, it just makes sure that any file in a directory, any files that's created in a directory automatically inherit the directory's group ownership instead of the person who created it, or the user who created it. And that's it. That concludes my demonstration.